according to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above when they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Let bygone be. Boy, ass need to stop and ask you to prop. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole because of the COVID. It feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Know that it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settle. Yeah, see the props. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the props. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world and know. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the props. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to prop. One step, I'm silent for show. For the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no losses, ain't no token when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep it slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pants through the fire. Ask you the prophets, that baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Therefore will failure, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Plus your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ask you the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
See, y'all think it's just about us in here, but this is about an oppressive, fucked up system designed to keep niggas down and shit. Y'all wouldn't know nothing about that. What about you, little nigga? You know about that?
Yes.
Oh, you know about that? Tell me what you know about that. Tell me what you think about that.
I turn up when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, you gon' find me in the field. House niggas looking at a nigga like chill. I go hard when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, find me in the field. I don't give a fuck how a house nigga feel. Belly of the beast, we been living in hell. They like, damn Kai, how could you tell? Put us in the project, set us up to fail. Round here, bullets be flying like hell. Too many of my niggas either dead or in jail. Make a nigga work when you locked in a cell. Can't find work when you out on bail, but your homie got the work, so we passed you a scale. Got them birds like the Bible got quail. Niggas selling out cause they mama got bills. Turning to coons like Oprah and Gail. How you sell your soul just to get a little kale? They put you in a dress when you get a record deal. Wanna see a nigga getting high on pills? You can dance on a pole, you can sell that tail, but they never tell a nigga that he can go to Yale. We all created equal, that's white males. All lives matter, not black males. Another mother crying, another coffin got a nail. How many brothers out here got killed? How many of our sisters out here gotta heal? How many more caps gotta get peeled? We beef with each other so quick to pull the steel. George Zimmerman still alive and well. I turn up when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, you can find me in the field. House niggas looking at a nigga like chill. I go hard when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, find me in the field. I don't give a fuck how a house nigga feel. I turn up when it's real in the field. Feel. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Feel. Light-skinned nigga, you gon' find me in the field. Feel. House niggas looking at a nigga like chill, chill, yo, chill.
Prison industrial complex is a system situated at the intersection of government and private interests. It uses prisons as a solution to social, political, and economic problems. It includes human rights violations, the death penalty, slave labor, policing, courts, the media, political prisoners, and the elimination of dissent.
They just want us to die in silence. They just want us to die in silence. I might start me a fucking riot. Slave rebellion, no compliance. They just want us to die in silence. They murder minds like they got a license. I pray for the coronavirus to kill all of these violent tyrants. They prey on us like they poaching lions. World War III's on the horizon. Black and Hispanics form alliance. From the west coast to the islands, this pressure is making diamonds. They've awakened sleeping giants. I turn up when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, you can find me in the field. House niggas looking at a nigga like chill. I go hard when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, find me in the field. I don't give a fuck how a house nigga feel. I turn up when it's real in the field. Feel. I don't give a fuck how a house nigga feel. But feel.
Nigga, did you just say what I was trying to say, but smarter? I like this little nigga.
One West, 12 tribes, UPK. Yeah. I'm a One West rapper, no half stepper. Cross that path at the camp, you know better. UPK, I'll die for those letters. I'll ride for those letters. The squad is forever. Ever since a nigga was young, I knew what I wanted. Knew that we could either be hunters or with the hunted. Meaning only choice was the predators or the prey. Shortest man wherever I was, but I didn't play. Then I started spitting, set fire to every stage. Rap gave a little bit of buzz, but it didn't stay. Then I started hustling, getting at some bread. I always went broke, making sure that my niggas fed. But then I looked for loyalty, niggas, they wasn't there. The same that I shed blood for, and it wasn't fair. Well, fuck it though, turn they back on a real nigga. It's when I found UPK and I'm still with them. Drill with them, cause I've been in the field with them. Fringed up garments, rocking the shield with them. I never turn traitor, I never let my colors slide. Never get my brother's book. I ain't like that other guy, nothing like them funny groups. They just better get in line. If you in the middle, you confused, you should pick a side. Me, I'ma stay loyal to the king till the day I die. Am One West, head beating in my chest. Fuck all the rest, we stayed, y'all left. Suckers ran scared, had to clean up y'all mess. That's why we took over, I can see that y'all stressed. We ain't got time to worry about no hater. My life is like a movie, should come with a narrator. They gather data, they wanna see us assimilated. Marching through the streets, know we coming, you hear our cadence. All you smell is Henny and frankincense is the fragrance. Cause I'm a One West rapper, no half stepper. Cross that path at the camp, you know better. UPK, I'll die for those letters, I'll ride for those letters. The squad is forever. I'm a One West rapper, no half stepper. Cross that path at the camp, you know better. UPK, I'll die for those letters, I'll ride for those letters. My squad is forever. It's forever. Squad is forever. When a nigga in this mode like I get so hyped, shining blinding like a strobe light. I'm my only calm, so I battle me back and forth nights. Like a bullfight, I see red charge and destroy might. Gave me foresight, so I know that winning the war might have them all tight. Fuck their feelings, cause they the soft type. I was always taught never turn your back on your brothers. Take on any enemy, know the strength in these numbers. UPK official, and ain't no coward among us. So make me go and bang with them sticks like I'm a drummer. How y'all gonna run with the style that we invented? You always talk the war was wild, but you never in it. All that coulda, shoulda, woulda. I see how you try to spin it. The way my soldiers move out, you think that we got evicted. It's One West in the building, we owning it while you renting. Lyrical exercise in the booth is my Planet Fitness. Words move you like calisthenics. Bars heavy, so when I bench it, I'm building up a hardcore. I flex when I'm finished. And right after a light workout, it's back to business. Group sick of UPK, cause we the illest. I got one question, will they ever stop hating? Waiting on this war so long, I'm salivating. Niggas turn bitch so strong, I call them Caitlyn. I get the green light, let's go, no hesitations. Y'all just been holding our spot like reservations. Now we back to work while you suckers still on vacation. Mixtape singles and even collaborations. They smiling in the face, but I know I see aggravation. You ain't got to hide it though, you fucking mighty cone. UPK bringing that heat, you know the fire's on. It's One West. Cause I'm a one West rapper, no half stepper. Cross that path at the camp, you know better. UPK, I'll die for those letters. I ride for those letters, the squad is forever. One West rapper, no half stepper. Cross that path at the camp, you know better. UPK, I'll die for those letters. I ride for those letters, the squad is forever. It's forever. The squad is forever.
Yeah. Go ahead. Come on, West. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Look, I keep it loyal to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother way. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas retreat. Man, this shit is too easy. I'm on gold, but they don't believe me. You know I'm winning with the team. Screaming Vinny, 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 VJ. Hear them devils screaming out bloody murder. I'm about to close the curtain. Mama grind, bitch, and work. Sorry, all them lies, it ain't working. Them niggas weak, they be church. I'm a West nigga, that's for certain. If he cross the line, I'ma back up and I'ma hit his ass with this virus. And I come through 300 strong, 144 Leonidas. All my niggas we eat. I'm in this bitch with the itis. Say all y'all do the street. They all do the street. If a nigga made the wrong move, he make his ass out the league. He ain't one of us, hit the league. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Look, I keep it loyal to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat.
You see this look that's on my face, bitch, I'm for real with it. I hit the streets, put on my cleats, was in the field with it. You soft as cotton, just an actor, Uncle Phil with it. And then my target's on the move, but I can still hit it. Hey, I speak true cause it's necessary. Gullah Jack revolutionary. Cold on them like January. Commander General is a visionary. Soul food, no sweets. Your preacher man, he's sweet. Matter of fact, he weak. It's wartime for peace. Think you hard, nigga, you ain't. Fuck with us, nigga, you can't. You smart cars, we takes. We form up in ranks. We body bag this rap shit. All black, no bright shit. Real life, no cap, bitch. Fall on them, that's cap shit.
I keep it loyal to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Go ahead.
One West is too raised, son. That's where I came from. That is my A1s. I'm talking day one. Rest of these niggas out here is just fake, son. Look, you can hate, son. You cannot take, son. I've been in every hood out of my state, son. Out in these streets, I'm steady blazing. Looking to cut a nigga like I'm Jason. I am the one. This is the Matrix. Going so hard that they think I'm an agent. Going so hard that they said I'm a Mason. These are the facts, though. I'm just amazing. There is no other way that I could state them. I earn my spot, they'll never be vacant. These niggas lazy. They got complacent. They wanna love all these fucking Caucasians. How the fuck we gonna rebuild our nation? You niggas feminine, go get some makeup. Sorry, but my love is only for Jacob. We had some hard days, we learned some hard ways. Always ways. Just know that I pray that we get it out the dust. Only thing that I trust, knowing that my niggas gon' bust. That's thumbing up the rush, thinking that you won't get touched. Fuck when my brother get crushed, been through too much. Always come through in the clutch. Nigga just do what it does, fuck you thought shit was. 'Cause nigga it wasn't. Know that I do this a dozen. Always kept it 100. Niggas know I never stunning. And I keep shit running, even on the days when the pain keep coming, or a nigga fucked up and he feel like numbing. Show goes on, I just keep on drumming my faith. Even on the days I wanna break, saying how much could I take, still kept my faith. Even when these niggas act fake, even when it came like a snake, still kept my faith. Some days I ain't even wanna wake, some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith. Even on the days I wanna break, some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith.
Dark days with no night vision, that's why my heart is a cave and there's ice in it. Don't even trust niggas no more, Lord is my witness. Me and these niggas ain't the same, it's a slight difference. Thought a nigga had my back, now it's a knife in it. But now I'm back at the back like it's the ninth inning. Still got the backpack packed in the back of the camp van, taking any given chance to blaze on the white man. Son of Benjamin, born on the right hand, never losing grip, I understand who I am. Met a man to show me the right path, now I'm rooted in the truth, to rule is my plan. And I can never lose sight like a night exam. Sharp as iron, I was forged by fireman. In the circle of life, how could I tell you, man? I was undesired, had no one, and then I met these men and it changed how I'm living. Their words was convicting, called that a life sentence. Now I need a witness, but no, I'm not Christian. My faith in these scriptures, man, not no religion, man. It's like Tazab, and I'm with my brother Katazab. Then you niggas too sweet like baklava. Niggas better not make a nigga bring them choppers out. Better pray for your health like the doctors out. Just be faithful, one day you'll be thankful. Wonder why they hateful. Luckily I got angels. I'm so thankful. Yes, I'm so thankful. Used to be ashamed, and even before I changed,
still kept my faith. Even on the days I wanna break, saying how much could I take, still kept my faith. Even when these niggas act fake, even when it came like a snake, still kept my faith. Some days I ain't even wanna wake, some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith. Even on the days I wanna break, some days that my heart had aches, still kept my faith.
All right, let's clap it up. And Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat Shalom. So the brother Shalom Yahweh Shamar. I thought about Shem Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. I is from Minnesota with the law class. Scripture breakdown in law class, of course. It's like you. If anybody has any questions or concerns, go ahead and type it in the chat. Otherwise, there's so much to uncover. All right. Once again, so much is going on in the earth right now. Like we always say, we got dead bodies. We got wars still going on. We got a thing called monkeypox still going on. So if you thought that Pride Month was over with, it's not. There's a lot to really uncover. All right. Sure. You know what I mean? The same issues that we have been dealing with since over 400 years. You know what I mean? Or yeah, I would say over 400 years, right? And the reason why we say over 400 years is because in this captivity, the issues that we are dealing with today are the same issues that we are dealing with, or that we have been dealing with in other captivities, meaning slaveries. Just to understand that America is not the only slavery captivity that you have been through. There are many more that you have been through previously. America is just going to be the last of it. Right. That's what you have to understand. And let's talk about it. Let's dive into it. Okay? That's what we must do. So first things first. Once again, this is a scripture breakdown class / law class that you can ask any question that you may have. We are not the Christian church at all. You can ask any question that you want. All right. All right, so I'm sure everybody knows about the monkeypox. And the monkeypox also, too, was around during the time of the HIV era, which goes into the topics of the LGBTQ community, the ones that are, living a alternative lifestyle, who are gay, bisexual, lesbian, trans, those who live that lifestyle are getting monkeypox. And no one is getting a disease for being heterosexual. How is it that homosexuals are getting a disease for being with the same sex or multiple different genders or sexes, right? But the heterosexuals are not. It lets you know that it's coming from the Lord. It lets you know that something is wrong. In the Bible, it tells you that it is against nature to be a homosexual, to be part of the LGBTQ community. It's not of the Lord.
Right.
That's why you get a monkeypox. If you are a man who's with a woman, or you are a woman who's with a man, you are not getting diseases unless you're doing something unlawful.
That's right.
Have you ever thought about that? There's a thing called STDs. You're getting STDs from unlawful sex. That's what's happening. So if a man is just carelessly, recklessly having sex with multiple women and not thinking or considering these women to be his wives, because sex is marriage, and a man can have multiple wives. Now, for you sisters out there that say already in your mind, that's a double standard. A man and a woman is not equal. But that is a different class to touch on that, as far as a man and a woman being equal. Because they are not.
Right.
But do you know who actually, there's no such thing as equality. There's no such thing.
That's right.
When you see a man and a man and a woman, like, okay, the only equality is this. A man and a man, right? A brother and a brother, right? They are both the same gender. A woman and a woman, they are both the same gender. I mean, that's as close as you are going to get as far as equality. Otherwise, a man and a man and a woman, non-sexually, of course, right, are going to have their own agenda. But one is going to be at the top, one is going to be at the bottom. Once again, non-sexually for you perverts, for you sexual deviants.
Right.
You know what I mean? Someone is going to be at this level, the other one's going to be at the other level. Still, there's no equality. Since the beginning of time, there's always been someone at the top or at the bottom.
Right.
And you can measure that to slavery.
Right.
Someone has been the head or the tail. That has always happened. It's always been like that since the beginning of time. Once again, the Most High's people, his chosen people, is the Israelites.
That's right.
They are the ones that were supposed to be at the top, but they are not at the top. But our oppressor is, and we are at the bottom. It's always been like that. Slavery has always been there, right? But the definition of slavery today is tainted. You know what I mean? Authority has been tainted. Instruction, guidance, to be a master has been tainted in today's society. And that's the issue. And we will uncover all of that. All right. Once again, if you have any questions or concerns, type it into the chat. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. All right. Very soon on other platforms. Type in your questions. Ask any questions that you may have. And once again, we be getting views on our channels, man. Because I don't see a lot of people in this chat. So if you are somebody that is watching this class, make sure that you ask a question. Don't be scared now. No one's going to try to hunt you down.
Right.
Ask a question.
Right.
If you have one, don't be scared. Because the pastors that you love so much, all those churches that you go to, that your woman loves so much, that your man loves so much, you ask no questions. Why don't you ask a question in this class on the internet? Why not? Ask all the questions that you may have about life, your situation, somebody else's situation, about what you saw on the news today, the other day. Ask all the questions that you need to be answered. That's what you do. All right. Otherwise, you got a question? No sweat. All right, no sweat. All right, so there's so much to uncover when it comes to what's going on around us in the earth today. Understand that Black and Hispanic people are still being killed.
That's right.
I seen an article today about a so-called African American brother who lost his life. You know what I mean? Who lost his life, and the media did not pick it up. But who picked it up? TikTok. Why should I have to go on a different platform just to know that a brother has been killed, lost his life? Also, too, on the same platform, TikTok, a sister almost lost her life, but she's still very much alive. And there was 4 cops on top of her when she had no weapon. But who had the weapon? The first cop,
Right.
who held the gun on her neck. For what reason? And this is in Columbus, Ohio, which is very much Black. It's a Black neighborhood. Maybe you should visit one day and see how Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian it is. But meanwhile, the strangers in that city who are oppressing our people. And then you got the comments where they say, maybe if she didn't do this and she didn't do that. The sister was laid flat on the ground like a goddamn pancake. Her arms and her legs cannot move because the first cop was laying on top of her with a gun on her neck. How, and of course, those were white people. White people don't understand the situation of a other race of people. You can't. Even if you decide to marry or have sex or try to sympathize with another race of people, you still cannot understand. Because you are not them and you are the oppressor, of course. You know what I mean? Since when does our oppressors have sympathy and love and compassion for our people?
Right.
If you say that you do, if you are a so-called white person, European, Canadian, Italian, German, whatever you call yourself, right? But you are white, right? In general. If you got true love and compassion for Black and Hispanic people, do your job as far as this. Well, first things first, all right? We don't give a damn about reparations because that is something that's never going to happen. You can give us all the money that you want in the world. It's not going to make up for the trauma the slavery, the captivity, the sense of, just unhumane things that has happened to our people. It's not going to make up for that at all. But what you can do is, how about this? Try to correct your own people. But even that's not going to work. That's not going to work. You know what I mean? How about this? How about you serve Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians? Because we served you for too long. Why don't you serve us instead of us serving you?
That's right.
Why don't you do that? Money is not going to be the answer. A soft-spoken conversation or meeting is not going to help. Why don't you serve 400 plus years of slavery, of what we went through, as love and compassion? And this time around, I'll tell you this, right? We are not going to kill you unjustly, shoot you down in the street unjustly. We are not going to make laws on purpose to kill you and set you up for failure. That's something that we will not do. And let's say that you disagree with everything that I just said. No sweat, because a slavery that you are going to be a part of, that you will not be over, is coming to you very near and very soon.
That's right.
So get ready.
That's
Enjoy your kingdom
right.
in America. Enjoy it. Enjoy all the big houses. Enjoy all you have in these children. Enjoy you hating Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. You being disgusted of them, right? Enjoy your life. Enjoy it. Because very soon you will lose it. And you will have to be in submission.
That's right.
Very submissive to our authority. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. And if you don't understand what Black, Hispanic, Native Indians is, I'm gonna just break it out for you. Niggers,
right?
Spicks,
right?
Wetbacks,
right?
These niggers, these spicks, these wetbacks are going to rule the earth.
That's right.
And if you don't believe it, no sweat. You might die off, but your children and your children's children, your grandchildren, are going to live in a time where they are going to see the destruction of this place.
That's right.
And that's beautiful, man. Hey, you know what? Have all the children that you want. You know what I mean? I love when I hear John, Michael, when I hear, all the other white names, Craig, Connor, Philip. When I hear all these people say that they got a baby on the way, hey, you know what? That is very great. Because in my mind, they are going to pay if you don't pay. But in general, your nation is going to pay for generations, because we will be over this earth forever. Forever. And you will never get back on top. You will always be at the bottom. So get ready. You know what I mean? Shoot another black man down if you want to. Not give you permission, of course. Sarcasm. Hurt another black, Hispanic, Native American woman if you want to. No sweat. Pass all these laws that are against the Lord to hurt his chosen people. Keep going. Do all the evil that you have been doing to us already. Continue it. Continue. Because the more that you do it, the harsher your punishment is going to be. When Christ returns, this is going to be far more bloodier than what it was in Egypt.
Right.
You want to know what? That's in the Bible. That's not my words. That's in the Bible. So get ready. Be a racist. You so-called, pale people. Be racist. You oppressors. Do all the evil that you want to do, but just watch. It's going to come upon you double unto your double. Hey, yeah, do me a favor, Rob. It's going to be in the book of Revelations, right? Double unto your double. It's talking about a cup, right? How a cup is overfilled, double unto your double. So I would say double unto your double KJV. It should be Revelations. You heathens are going to get it. All those jobs and slaveries that you hate so much, your manager is going to pay for it. Otherwise, your manager's children or grandchildren are going to pay for it. All the disrespect, discrimination, the racism that you have ever faced, they will pay for it. Maybe not today, maybe not in 10 years, but whenever Christ returns, when the grandchildren or the children and generations, when they get that punishment, just know that that manager from 100 years ago is going to get the same punishment. Man. You got it? You got it. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 6. Reward her even as she has rewarded you.
Reward her what?
Even as she has rewarded, even as she rewarded you.
Reward her even as she has rewarded you. This is sarcasm. But this is also a prophecy. Go ahead.
And double unto her, double according to her works.
This is not only a prophecy, but a punishment. Double what she has doubled. And the she is talking about Babylon, which is America. America, like you know what's so crazy about this? Even white Americans, even East Indian Americans or Somalian Americans, like even they know this place is hell. It is disgusting. It is trash. I had an Asian guy tell me I hate America, but I still live here. So I'm like, why don't you live from the place where your parents are from? Because this Asian is born in America, but his family comes from, a different place. And he was like, well, I have to make a living here because back where I'm from, you can't make much of a living. So I have to rob this place so I can get back to my family. I said, that makes sense. I get it. But even the heathens know this place is hell. It is destruction.
Right.
It is not a place, a place where you can survive and live properly, right? Meanwhile, you got all these other heathen countries where they live in miraculously, beautifully, and they have no issues. You know what I mean? Keep going.
In the cup which she hath filled to her double.
Of course, America has filled up its cup. And it's not strong liquor. It's not wine. It's the bloodshed. It's all the evil, the wickedness that has been done in this place. The only reason why our oppressor is over America, so like I'll say this, the only reason why our oppressor, those pale people, right? The only reason why they are on top is because of our disobedience to the Lord. And because they are on top of us, they are unjust. They are a tyrant. Like when Donald Trump was in office, all the famous word that you heard about Donald Trump was either he was stupid, dumb, or he was a tyrant.
Right.
And that's what our people is. And Donald Trump shows you the true representation of what America really is. Tyrants. They are unjust. They are unholy. They are not civilized. So as a Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, how can you civilize with these people who are not civilized at all? They don't play fair. They don't give a damn about anybody or anything. Our oppressors are so terrible that they will even kill or bring down their own people. Have you ever seen that before? Look at all the white veterans in America. They fought for their country, but meanwhile they fighting to stay alive on the streets.
Right.
Damn, that's terrible. But the focus should really be on Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. You wanna know why? Because we built this country on our backs. You wanna say something? Go ahead.
It's like if I peel off first. If I'm reading this right, just according to context, Revelation 18:6 seems to be the answer for Genesis chapter 4 and 24.
Go ahead.
If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold.
All right, read that one more time, but a little louder, because that right there, that's it. That's the one.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 24. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold.
And you can break it down. Go ahead.
So I mean, when he was talking about that's part of his account. Like he was being gaudy and being arrogant about it.
Right.
Like if they gonna if the penalty for touching Cain was sevenfold, the penalty for touching me after everything I did, I mean, as bad as it was, that's gonna be 70 and sevenfold. And in Revelation chapter 18, verse 6, reward her as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. And the cup which she had filled, so Cain filled the cup. Lamech, I mean, he gonna get double that.
Right.
Like he's gonna get his reward.
Right.
And all that arrogance, like it's coming back to him.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So once again, like the brother made a very heavy point. I mean, if I may, just give me a hand. And that precept, once again, that the brother had read in Genesis is perfect. Because, like, once again, our oppressor is very, very ignorant.
Right.
Arrogant, ignorant, you name it. And that's fine. What we should not be is just like our oppressor. Like Proverbs 3:31 says, envy not thou oppressor, and choose none of his ways, right? Don't be like your oppressor. A lot of people don't know is that they are like the oppressor. How do you know? Because they follow in the same footsteps, the actions of the oppressor.
Right.
You say that you hate what's going on as far as the black on black crime. You say that you hate what's going on as far as police brutality, but you walk in the same way of life of the oppressor, the same one who killed that brother, the same one who killed that sister, the same people who made up these holidays that told you on this certain date to celebrate. And because it's your birthday, because you was born on that day, you should celebrate it. Right. That is your oppressor.
Right.
And the ISUPK, we acknowledge that yes, we was born on this day, but we don't have a celebration. Meanwhile, or however, when we do have a celebration for is when a brother get raised up.
Right.
When a sister or a brother gets their name, their Hebrew name, because they are a new person. You know what I mean? They are a new identity. When it comes to the high holy days, holy convocations, we celebrate on those days because that's of the Lord. The holidays in America is of man. And you know what? Every other ethnicity don't even follow holidays of America. They have their own, but that's because they are heathens. Everybody got their own culture. if you are a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, and you call yourself a citizen, you are not to celebrate American holidays.
Right.
Why? Because you are American citizen? No. Where the hell is your culture at? Where is your tradition at? Oh, birthdays, my parents celebrated it. They taught me that. Maybe your parents are wrong. Have you ever thought about that?
Right.
I ain't saying be rebellious, hate your parents, resent them. But have you ever thought about who told us to celebrate birthdays, holidays, Halloween, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's? Who told you to celebrate those days? Ask yourself that question. Question everything. Because in our HBK, we question everything.
Right.
We ask questions and we get answers. Meanwhile, you just being a leader of, destruction, if you don't already know. All right. You want to say something else, Art?
No.
Otherwise, I appreciate that. Get Ecclesiastes 4:1. Old Testament.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 1. So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And behold, the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comfort. And
Right. That's all right there. So the precept says, so I return and consider all the oppressions. So around this time, right, in the earlier years of King Solomon, he was a young king, right? But this is the aftermath where he is telling the stories because he's been through everything. His father, King David, had laid down a platform for him to be a king. So King Solomon didn't really have to work much, right? And he said that he considered all the oppressions that were done underneath the sun. Now, understand that this Bible is thousands and thousands of years old. And we hear the word oppression. Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians are still going through oppression right now.
Right.
In 2022. It's an article out there where a sister, she had got racially profiled, and she said, I thought racism was over with. What world are you in? So think that racism is over. So by you saying that, you sound like Kanye West. Slavery was a choice, slavery is pretty much over. No, it is here. And it's going to stay like that up until Christ returns.
Right.
Have you not read the scriptures? Have you not followed One West? Have you not seen us on the street corners? Have you ignored us? Racism is here and it's going to stay. Your oppressor being an oppressor is always going to happen every day at the job. You randomly going into a store. You living your life without, anybody trying to bother you. But all of a sudden, you got a Karen that comes up to you that wants to interrupt your day, your life, try to get you killed, try to get you put in jail for whatever reason. Open up your eyes and see where you are at.
Right.
You are in somebody else's world.
Right.
You are not in your own world. Can you please read from the top, Baba Shah?
Camel. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 1. So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun.
And my thing is, what is underneath the sun? Because the Bible is not a fairy tale. what's under the sun is going to be the earth, because the sun is at the top of the earth. It's above. All right? In space. Keep going.
And behold the tears of such as were oppressed.
How is it that this book is over 10,000 to 11,000 years old, and it says, but behold the tears? And the word behold simply means look, in a different definition. Look at the tears of such as were oppressed. Come on. What does oppress or oppression mean?
Give the definition.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, unless you know about art. Either way. What does oppression or oppress mean? Your pastor don't speak about this. They speak about prosperity, blessings, and money and tithes. But they don't speak about what's really in the Bible. That's why the Bible is always relevant, because it reflects the times of today, yesterday, tomorrow, 2 months from now. Oppression or oppress. What does that mean? Go ahead, you got it out.
In the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary, oppression, definition 1A, unjust or cruel exercise of authority or power.
That's what a tyrant is. You being shot down in the streets. I thought police were there to serve and protect.
Right.
Police are there to kill and simply simply be incorrect in every way. They are there to kill you. They are there to hunt your steps, like the book of Lamentations says in the 4th chapter.
Right.
They are there to kill you, to murder you. But they only do it to the Black, Hispanic, Native Indians. But meanwhile, you screaming Africa, Africa, when Africa is not supporting you. They don't give a damn about you. Just because somebody's skin is black or they have pigmentation doesn't mean that they are your people. Please do not be deceived.
Right.
Skin color does not determine your nationality. Also, too, Paul said, check the spirit of people. I know a few people who look like devils, but are very much brothers. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. Their father is an Israelite, but their mother is not. Also, too, I know a brother specifically who both of their parents are Israelites, but he looks like he's not an Israelite, meaning a dark pigmentation. Skin color does not determine your nationality.
Right.
Stop being forward and being stupid. Like I had to check this Korean girl, because she was like, "Hey, are you mixed?" I'm like, "Huh?" She like, "Are you mixed?" I was like, "What do you mean? Like, is one parent this and one parent that?" I'm like, "No, both parents are the same, tribe or ethnicity. Or I would say tribe, right?" I'm like, they both are Judah, meaning black, right? But of course, I didn't say Judah to her. I said, so-called African American. And she was like, "Well, I find that hard to believe because, you are light skinned." I'm like, "Don't you know even pale people, white people can make a pigmentation type baby?" I said, "I think you're just, ignorant and uneducated." And I said that, out loud. And she gasped like, "Huh?" Yeah, I said what I said, you know what I mean? And I meant that.
Right.
Even white people can make a baby to where the baby has pigmentation, because white people don't have pigmentation. Did you not know that? And she's like, no, I didn't. I was like, well, make sure that you study up on that. Make sure next time that you ask somebody that question, you can ask a better question, because that was a very ignorant and uneducated question that you asked. Although I'm light skinned, no sweat. Both of my parents are a few shades darker than my ass. You know what I mean? It's not about the skin color. If I was, you know, orange or blue, would you ask me if I was mixed? Like it doesn't make sense at all. Please make it make sense, all right? Now, one thing is to see if somebody is a Hebrew, see who their father is. In some cases, see who the mother is. You know what I mean? Like, do a background check, no sweat. You feel me? Because once again, I know brothers who look like the other nations, but they are brothers. Skin color does not determine your nationality.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But you may have a heathen parent who, you know, you may carry the features of. And that happens a lot, no sweat. You know what I mean? And that's what Nehemiah tried to fight against, or pretty much he did. That's why he literally fought two brothers. He beat their ass because they decided to join themselves with other people that were not their people. And he talked about the consequences of what would happen if you decide to join yourself with another nation that's not your people. All the confusion. There are a lot of Black and Hispanic people till this day right now who don't know that they are Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, who have an identity crisis. They only identify what they look like, but not who they truly are. You are the seed of your father, not your mother.
That's right.
Yes, you came out of your mother's womb, but how did you come about? Because that man seed was inside of your mother. A woman can't get herself pregnant. Go to the root. So what is the root? The father. The mother is there to carry the seed, but you are the seed of your father. If you put an apple seed in an orange, soil, it's going to come out as a damn apple. It's not going to come out as an orange and an apple, half and half. Right. That's why also too, biracial or mixed is not a select. Oh, good night. Mixed and biracial is not a thing. That came about years, like probably 30, 40 years ago. All right. At the same time with African American, being Hispanic and Latino, like all that stuff came about 30, 40 years ago. Otherwise, we had other names, which even back then, before 30, 40 years ago, still wasn't correct. You're so-called Mexican. You're Puerto Rican. That is not correct. You are Black. You are colored. You a nigga. You a spit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that is not accurate.
Right.
If you are a so-called African American, what are you? You are a Judite or a Levite, which Haitian. Well, that's Haitian, right? Come, you know what I mean? Like if you are Hispanic, you are Issachar, so-called Mexican. You are Ephraim, so-called Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? Like you're a Native Indian. You are a Seminole Indian, which is what Dominican? No.
So
Reuben, yeah, you know what I mean? No, you are really all these, like you are part of the 12 tribes. You are not a Indian, Hispanic, a Negro. You are Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, North American, Latino, Latina. That's not you. You only carry that is because it's a taught behavior, but it's a wrong taught behavior. That's not what you are. Anyway, I digress. All right, I digress. The sister, Murakami said, we live in a world of lies and torture.
Right.
And you're damn right.
Right.
Exactly my point. That's exactly what I was trying to say. And the water, sir. Give her in. And that's the world that we live in. You know what I mean? That's why this truth is very, very much important. Any opportunity for anybody in this class and outside of this class is watching online. If you get an opportunity to teach the truth, teach it. But teach it to your people. Because sometimes you have to even school heathens and let them know this, that, and a third.
Right.
Otherwise, be heavy on your people. And don't give a damn what they say, how they feel, or what they think. Since when do we give a damn about that in the UPK? Either you follow the orders or you don't. Either you receive the information or you don't. Otherwise, go to counsel. If you think somebody's wrong, if you think somebody's incorrect. However, everything is civilized and decency and order in UPK. On that job site, speak the truth. Rock that shield. Who gives a damn about those people?
Right.
Let them ask those questions.
Right.
School them. Let them know that you are about your Father's business. And that be that. All right. So anyway, can you read that precept from the top, and then we should move forward, Shalaki.
Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 1. So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun. And behold, the tears of such as were oppressed. And they had no comfort. And on the side of their oppressors there was power.
You start right there. They had no power. So like they had no comforter. But on the side of them was power. First things first, right? They had no comforter. Bar, in your own words, what is a comforter?
Reassurance.
Reassurance.
Something to calm you down a little bit.
Something to calm you down. In other words, someone or something to pacify you. Give me one more thing.
Peace.
Peace. A peace of mind. Black and Hispanic people don't actually have that in their own communities. They have the complete opposite. But in the IHBK, we do have a comforter. And his name is Commanding General Yohana.
Right.
That's his name. And because of Commanding General Yohana, he has men all over the U.S., outside of the U.S., who are branches of comforters for our people. Every time we go on the street corners, we are the comforters. We are the ones who let the people know, hey, maybe today you've been having a bad day. Maybe you feel like ending your life today. Just maybe you felt like quitting that job and just going homeless, going broke when you have a family to provide for. Maybe you felt like committing a crime today, but because we popped out that day, the IHBK, we are your comforters. We are here to tell you the truth and how to fix your problems so that way you don't have to live in that state of mind or in that type of world where you have to give up and you quit all the time. We are the comforters in the IHBK. And I pray that you understand that. All right. And there's power as far as the other side. Now, as far as the other side, right? I'm paraphrasing. The power is going to be on the other people who are oppressors. That's your Christian pastors. That's your black leaders.
Right.
Those are the ones that's going to have the power to use against you, not for righteousness, but for wickedness. And watch out, man. Don't just sit there and listen and be like, wow, you sound so wise. Try the spirit of everybody, and make sure that their fruits are very glorious and delicious and not ripe. There's no bugs around they fruits, meaning there's no issues. There's no, decay in their works. Watch people by their fruits. Watch them by their fruits. Last thing that you want is to end up dead or have misinformation behind somebody else's words or way of life. You want to be very careful. Now, let me ask you this, right? A lot of people will say, oh, the IHK is this and this and this and that, right? A lot of people disagree with the IHK is because they are not allowed to sin. In the UPK, you can't halfway be righteous and halfway be a sinner. You cannot be that. I'm going to say it again. In the UPK, you cannot be half righteous and half of a sinner. You have to be either righteous or wicked, which is not a choice. Ask yourself this question. What you do in your everyday life, is it of the Lord or is it not? Is it of the Lord or is it of Satan? After you ask yourself that question, ask yourself another question. If you are doing something unrighteous, right? How much time do I have to fix myself before the Lord decides to cut my cords? And the cords are your life. Ask yourself that question. How long do I have before the Lord decides to end my life? Because I'm not living how He told me to live. And I'm going to answer the second question. You don't have time. You think you do because one day passed and you are still breathing. What if today you went home and you lied in your bed and you slept and you never woke up again? Have you ever thought about that? As serious as a heartbeat is, right? You should take this serious. You don't have time to make mistakes and errors.
Right.
We all have to fight that thing that is fighting against us. It's called your flesh.
Right.
Life is about war. But life is not about war if you can't fight your own flesh. How can you tell somebody else what to do, but you can't do it for yourself? Don't be a hypocrite now. Okay, you mind responding real quick, somebody, just briefly? Go ahead. Well, God, yeah, God. No. So as far as like I also let your light shine. As far as like like for example, like I go to work like this. You know what I mean? I got shields on me and shit like that. Now if there's questions, I'll be wise about it. You feel me? I don't break down the whole truth and shit like that. You know what I mean? As far as slavery, So, okay, all right. So that is a good point. All right. So as far as the slavery, right? You don't have to talk about the truth necessarily. If somebody is interested or want to engage as far as how you represent yourself, how you look, how you dress, how how your demeanor is, you can pretty much tell them, hey, you know what, we can talk afterward, outside of work.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what you can do. You know what I mean? Otherwise, at the job site, you don't really have to, go in depth into it. You know what I mean? But now, like, I mean, you can say a few small things, but not go too much in depth. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I had a team lead. He asked me if I was Jewish, and I said, no, I'm not Jewish. I'm a Jew. He was like, Jewish. I said, no, I'm a Jew, which is two different things. But of course, he's a devil, so you don't understand.
Right.
So what I did was I corrected him. I said, no, I'm not Jewish. I'm a Jew. That's two different things. You know what I mean? And so he's like, oh, okay. And then that was that. Now, there's a brother at my slavery who knows about being an Israelite. He knows, this and that. He has some knowledge, but not all the knowledge of what it means to be a true Israelite. And to be an Israelite just simply means you are from part of the 12 tribes. That's it. It's not a religion. It's not something that you convert into. But anyway, like me and him had many conversations and things of that sort. Now, based on the conversation, how it was going, I would talk a little bit with him, but I won't go all the way full force. You know what I mean? But I still kept it, UPK, and I still, made sure that it wasn't something to where it would jeopardize my slavery and things of that sort. You know what I mean? Otherwise, ain't wrong with exchanging numbers, social media. Better yet, a brother or sister coming to the class and learning fully. But otherwise, as far as you hiding yourself of being an Israelite or being a part of UPK, don't do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't try to hide who you are. Don't hide this truth. That's for one.
Right.
I ain't saying go to camp at work after slavery, but don't hide who you truly are. Don't be a Black Hispanic, a true Black Hispanic and Indian and UPK only in class. Be who you are always.
Right.
Don't change up because somebody else is present. Otherwise, you don't know where you at and you don't know what you're doing. You're playing yourself and you are, how can I say, you are disowning the school. You are disrespecting the school if you don't own and represent who you are. Especially this. If you are an officer, you have to represent always, every time possible.
Right.
If you are a trooper, it's, back and forth, like you can be in and out. You know what I mean? A student, you can be in and out. But if you are an officer, that to be an officer is something that's heavy, something that is very important. And also, too, I will be teaching a class about that very soon. Because to be an officer, or better yet, to hit the ranks, is a very powerful thing. It's nothing to be taken lightly. From the officers of 50 to the 5,000s, you have a big responsibility.
Right.
And that job should not be taken lightly.
Right.
If you take it lightly, understand that you will deal with the consequences that come with it.
That's right.
All right? You have to be very mindful and very careful of that. Now, you sisters who get a name, take that as serious as someone getting raised up. A brother getting his name, a child getting their name. You have a responsibility. When you get that name, when you become an officer, a captain, a general, You wrote your name in blood. You took an oath. An oath is not something that's light.
Right.
It's very heavy.
Right.
Live by example. All right. Do what the man do over you. Don't do nothing different. Don't change up nothing. All right. Don't change up anything. Do what the man do over you. Righteously, of course. That's what you do. Make sure that you follow your orders, complete them. Listen to the guidance and the counsel. Also, too, get counsel. You know what I mean? I was just talking to somebody. Get counsel. Who gives a damn about what you might think and what you might feel, all the shame and all the concern, and why you have time to think about that? All the time that you have to think about how someone may say something, may come at you, all that time being wasted, that brother can give you the guidance, the right answers that you need, so that way you don't commit that same mistake.
Right.
Get counsel. And this goes for everybody, including myself. Counsel is the best thing that I've ever experienced in the ISUPK. No matter what I think or how I feel, which how you think and how you feel doesn't matter. Get that out of your head. It does not matter at all. Who gives a damn about that? How you think and how you feel is going to interrupt what you really need to hear, what's going to fix your life. How you think and how you feel is what's going to kill you. You're going to continue to smoke. You're going to continue to have sex with somebody else's woman. You are going to continue to be in error. Who gives a damn about how you feel and how you think? Over here, we don't give a damn. Yes, you will be chastised, maybe. You will be checked, maybe. Or maybe simply you will hear, don't do it again. This is what you need to do, so on and so forth. But you're so scared of what somebody might think or feel about what you did that you don't get no counsel. With all that thinking and feeling, you are going to continue doing what you want to do. And you still feel bad about it. You feel terrible. How about you feel glory of not doing it? Have you ever thought about that?
Right.
Have you ever thought about that? Have you simply ever thought about, you know what? What if I got counsel? Maybe I don't possibly want to hear what they have to say, but it might help me stop doing what I called about. You have glory in that, and you feel better knowing that, okay, you know what? I feel ashamed that I did this, yes, but I feel better knowing that I have a solution. If you don't call for counsel for your issues and your problems, and you're trying to deal with it on your own, you will always find a problem. You will never find a solution. And I pray that you understand, and I pray that you don't continue in that foolery. Otherwise, I would say, Lord, be with you, but then again, there's a thing called mercy, but mercy does run out. And bodies have been dropping like flies. You could be next. And don't think that the Lord is not able to touch you, because he is able to touch anybody in this earth. You and your enemies. So you decide. Do you want the Most High to touch you or your enemies? Because when you serve the Most High, I'm paraphrasing, when you serve the Most High, even your enemies are going to be, destroyed. But of course, if you're going against the Most High, you and the enemy are going to be touched.
Right.
So what's that? Have you ever thought about that? So any mistake that you are making, get the help that you need to correct it. Also, too, I gotta say this. I say this too many times because people do not understand this. Another thing, right? A lot of people are ashamed to speak about their own issues to other people because some people may feel a sense of judgment and everybody's going to tell their entire business. When you call for counsel, it is confidential. Unless you are trying to harm somebody or harm yourself, that's different.
Right.
If you're dealing with a smoking problem, a lust problem, alcoholism problem, you want to sleep with somebody else's woman, homosexuality, whatever the problem is, get counsel about it. Also, too, what I found is with counsel, when you get counsel, you come up against situations that are far new, and because of that counsel, you are able to defeat that demon. So let's say that you call counsel about smoking, right? But you get counsel, and you get counsel about the smoking, you get counsel about something else that doesn't necessarily relate to what you are going through, but then in the future, you come up against something and you know how to handle that situation and save somebody else's life.
Right.
Counsel is that thing that saves your life and everybody else's as well.
Right.
Understand, when you sin, not only do you damage yourself, but everybody around you. Stop being so goddamn selfish. With all your problems and all your sin, you are selfish. It's all about you and never about everybody else and what they got going on and what they going through. You are a selfish piece of garbage.
Right.
Once you understand that, get the counsel to become something better than a filth piece of garbage. That's what you do. And that goes for all of us. That goes for everybody in this room, outside of this room. Every day is a battle to be better, not worse. If you want to be worse, go to the Christian church, please. Please go to the Christian church. If you want to be worse, if you want to live a half of a righteous life and a so-called half life of wickedness, the Bible says not to be lukewarm. Please grab that, please.
Okay.
So like, after that, I need you cannot live a double life.
Okay.
And whenever you got it, go ahead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Revelation chapter 3, verse 16. So then because thou art lukewarm and neither hot nor cold, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
So because you are because you are lukewarm, right? Because you are not hot or cold, but you are lukewarm, the Most High is going to spew you out. And this is a metaphor to say, if you think that you can if you think that you can come into UPK, you know that you are an Israelite. You know that, Black, Hispanic, Native Indians are the true chosen people, right? And you know all the benefits of when it comes to serving the Most High, but you don't necessarily follow it 100%, maybe 80%. You are lukewarm. All right. If you teach the truth, you have to be in the truth. You can't teach the truth and not be in it. Otherwise, what the hell are you doing? Actually, matter of fact, a Mugger Bar, you actually made a point last night. The brother said that he knows a brother who was saying, coming to the truth, coming to the UPK. But meanwhile, he's not in the school.
Right.
What sense does that make?
Right.
It doesn't make sense. What the hell are we doing? What are we talking about? If you say that you are in the truth, you have to live by it. Now, let's say that you are making mistakes. If I was you, brother or sister, listen to me loud and clear. Everybody listen. If I was you, if you are making mistakes that you know that you should not be making, I will get on my knees and repent to the Most High quickly, speedily. Because tonight, the next 5 minutes could be your last.
Right. That's right.
Get on your knees and repent and don't do that shit again.
Right.
Excuse my Swahili. Get on your knees, man. And when I say get on your knees, pray to the Most High, man.
Right.
And repent and do better. If you can't, like a lot of people, right? Also too, right? If you are weak to your flesh, help somebody tag team your demons. How do you help somebody tag team your demons? Counsel. Counsel. That's how you get somebody to help you. Tag team your demons. Ask yourself this, man. How can I say it? As a child, right? As a child, have you ever lost a fight? If you have, right? And people sat around like, oh, that person beat you behind. They got the best of you. You lost that fight. Oh, you a sucker. You a punk. That's the same thing when Satan has defeated you. That's the same thing when you have lost a battle to Satan. And Satan got you to sin against the Most High. He got you to sleep with that woman who is married to somebody else. He got you to smoke that blunt. He got you to relapse on everything. Satan and his demons are laughing at you. That nigga is a coward. He's soft. He's weak. He don't deserve the Most High's love. He don't deserve to go to the kingdom. This is what the demons are saying. Meanwhile, you got the angels who's like, damn, we fought for this brother. We rooted for this brother. Don't you know that there are angels in heaven that are fighting and rooting for you?
Right.
But meanwhile, you disappointed them. Don't you know that angels in the Bible, there are angels who rejoice when you come into the school. Meanwhile, you lost to Satan. Satan got the best of you. He put your ass in a headlock and choked your ass out. You want to be evil to your man. Your man made you so mad that you slept with his family member, his best friend. You slept with the whole block. That man did not want that baby, so you killed the baby instead of keeping that baby. You lost the battle. You felt weak. You lost the battle. Satan choked your ass out. He stabbed you. He shot you. He did everything possible to kill you at that moment. Do better, man. Do better. That's what you have to do. If you know to do better, do better. If you know better, do better. That's what you do.
Right.
Like, don't let Satan get the upper hand. And yes, it is a fight. It is a battle. Also, too, thank the Lord every day that you wake up and you acknowledge that you are awake.
Right.
Thank the Most High for that, because he could have killed your ass.
That's right.
He could have killed you and raised somebody else up in your position, in your place. Because at the end of the day, the Most High don't need us. Who the hell are you? He can have the rocks cry out and keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That's in the Bible. He can have these goddamn chairs keep the law, statutes, and commandments. If he wanted to. That's the Most High's doing. It's not our doing. Change yourself and change your life. Also, too, what you do, as General Muhammad says, what you do in your everyday life is who you are. So let that marinate. Let that sink in. Every single solitary thing that you do in your everyday life is who you are. If you're drinking every day, you are an alcoholic. If you're smoking, you are an addict. If you're constantly going off on people, you have anger issues, man. Watch yourself. Okay? Maybe you need some counsel and some therapy. 9 times out of 10, you do. All right? Like, come on now. If you are, let me see. Boy, it's so many things. If you are speaking negative and wrong on everybody, especially your own people, like, you hate your own people. That's who you are. What you do is who you are. Your actions is who you are. If you want to know who you are, just think about, what did I do for the past week, few days, past month? That's who you are. Accept who you are. And if it is terrible, acknowledging who you are, and you don't want to be that change. People always say, oh yeah, I want to change, I want to change. A person that really wants to change, they will. A person that doesn't want to change, they won't. You want to live in a different city, a different state and country to have a restart at life. If you don't change who you are, the things that you had or was or experienced in that last place that you were, it's going to be in the same place that you decide to reside. You from, let's see. You from Iowa, but you want to move to Cali. Those same issues are gonna follow you. Those same demons that you've been dealing with in Iowa is gonna follow you in California. Not only is it gonna haunt you, it's gonna haunt your family. Good night, man. I watch, like every once in a while, I watch these movies, I watch these TV shows, and nothing but precepts pop in my head when I watch TV or the news or social media, right? And it's like, you can live anywhere that you want in the world, and life can be better if only you kill the previous demons. If you want to live in the same state, the same place that you so-called love, all you have to do to be in peace is to kill the thing that is interrupting your peace.
Right.
It's called demons.
Right.
It's called sin. And according to the law, you have to keep the law in order to kill that sin. Otherwise, you will always be in corruption.
That's right.
You'll always have problems in your life. Your marriage is going to fail. You are going to go back to drugs. You are going to go back to the bottle. You are going to go back just being an arrogant bastard who don't give a damn about anybody, not even yourself. That's who you are going to be. That's your future. You are going to be homeless. You're going to be on the street next to your oppressor asking for money to survive. You are going to be in hell. You are going to be in hell. More hell than what you already are in. Okay? Anyways, Salaki, you got a second precept?
You want double-minded man?
Yes, I do. The water, I appreciate you.
James chapter 1, verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. To be double-minded means to, in a sense, try to live two different lives, two different worlds. It's not possible. Either you're in the truth or you're not in the truth. You know what's so crazy about that? Even in the world meaning outside of the UPK, even people make you decide. Either you live this life or that life. Are you sure that you want to, sell these drugs full time? If you do, then you are a part of this game. You can't jump out when you feel uncomfortable and feel scared. You have to be all in. Like even in the world, there's a world within many worlds of this world. Hopefully I didn't confuse anybody. You have a gang world. You got Sea World. You got all these different worlds outside of the UPK. If you truly want to be down with the gang and you want to hit this lick, you got to be with us all the time.
Right.
You're going to have to kill. You are going to have to bust at people. You are going to have to do things that you have not done before. Oh, so you want to be a part of this job? You have to be a bastard. You have to be an asshole. You have to be arrogant. You have to oppress. Oh, you want to be a cop? You have to kill blacks only, Hispanics only in this world. Make sure that you save all the white children. Have compassion on the whites. But give all the hatred to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Oh, you want real estate in this certain area? Well, make sure that the natives, by the time that we give this land back, they cannot do nothing with this land, to the point where they have to live in tent cities all over America, when America is the richest country on the face of the goddamn earth. That's what you got to do in their world. But in the world of the ISUPK, you are going to help the father and fatherless, the poor and the needy, the people who are not desired. If I could, Amon, can you please get your precept that you're always open with? So what? I appreciate you. The brother said, I don't like when people look at me like I have no value or try to tear me down. You gotta understand, man. These heathens don't respect us. That's why they look at us like that.
Right.
Now, and I'm glad the brother said that. So you black, Hispanic, Native Indians, put yourself on a pedestal to where the heathens have no choice but to respect you.
That's right.
But to see value in you. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you do. Be wise. Be righteous. Be all the things that the Lord said to be. So that way these heathens can look at you with disgust. You should look at them with disgust because they are filthy and disgusting.
Right.
And you know what? They still over us.
Right.
That's the issue.
Right.
That's a problem. You know what I mean? And that's a problem that every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, we should all share. It should make us so annoyed, so upset to the point that we do better. We stop giving them a reason to look at us crazy, with no value, no strength, and look at us as if we are weak. Instead, it should be the opposite. But meanwhile, they are that. But we are underneath them, so the narrative is switched, it's changed. But go ahead, I digress.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather together. It's like you gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desire.
Gather yourselves together. We have to all come in unity, right? Now, as far as unity, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians is who I'm speaking to. Not unity with all races of people. Last time that we became in unity with all races of people, we still are at the bottom. We still never accomplished much. Like last year and this year, we went to a few festivals and they all scream appropriation. White people still are on top. Black people are still at the bottom. That's what it screamed. Man, Juneteenth in America is garbage, man. Give it to the whites, please. Juneteenth is worse than the goddamn Black History Month because it don't represent us at all.
Right.
It shows the poor representation and perception of our people.
That's right.
Good night, man. Read it from the top, Babu Shah.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Gather together, man. Now, this is what you gather in. The truth of the Bible, the truth of your people. And this is what we should gather in, right? We are not Africans. That's one. God said not to abort your baby. You cannot justify murder. You talk about how black on black crime is such a big issue. No sweat. We should not shoot each other down in the streets. You are very much right. For you hypocrites who say that. But also, too, you hypocrites, don't kill your babies. You so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women, do not abort your babies.
Right.
Because you're mad at that man, or you feel like you cannot take care of that baby. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I know too many fathers and mothers who don't know what the next step is to take care of their child once the baby comes, but they figure it out and they end up becoming successful. And they are changed people. What, Aman, please speak for me, right? You have a child.
Okay.
What was inside your mind when you heard the news that you was gonna have a child? Because I'm sure it wasn't like, oh, everything is set and prepared. I'm sure there was nervousness.
Right.
There was, proudness. I'm happy, I'm sad, but at the same time, in your mind, it's like, I gotta figure something out.
Right.
So I'm sure I pretty much said it, but what was in your mind when you heard the news that you was gonna have a child?
Too many things. How am I going to protect them? How am I going to provide for when
Yes.
I got an enemy as a mother?
Say last part.
When I have an enemy as a mother.
Tom, this man has spoken. How am I going to protect and provide, for my child? And then the child's mother is an enemy as well. Like all these things come into your mind. You know what I mean? But brothers and sisters who have children and keep their children and figure it out, please give them a hand.
Right.
Now, I'm not talking about the brothers and sisters who have children and who are not parents to their children, who do horrible things, you know what I mean, to their children. I'm talking about the real mothers and fathers. Because just because you have a child doesn't make you a mother or a father or a mother, I should say. That doesn't make you a parent. What makes you a parent is morals, standards, a foundation. Like, because you fought to provide for another human being says a lot. You know what I mean? It says a lot. And those are the ones that should be praised. Especially on those goddamn Father's Day and Mother's Day. Although that's something that we don't celebrate. We celebrate mothers and fathers every day. We celebrate real Black men, Hispanic and Native American men, and women who take care of their children or their household. That's who we definitely give praise to. Meanwhile, you want us to give you praise because you had a child? You know what I mean? Like this child interrupted your hot girl summer. This child interrupted you getting money illegally in the streets. Come on, man. Life is about war. Even when you have children, life is about war. When you don't have children, life is about war. Right. When you're going through your personal issues, life is about war.
That's right.
That's what it's about. Life is about war, regardless of how you feel and how you think. Fight. Fight against it every day. No excuses. Fight.
Right.
Otherwise, you will surrender and be weak and be destroyed and conquered by everything that you are soft to. Your lust, your flesh, what somebody says or what somebody thinks. Don't be a coward. Be a soldier. Be a warrior. Be a fighter. Because life is about war. And all this is in the law. And with that being said, pass class to Officer Priest, 1,000, Officer Monkeybar. Give him a hand.
ISUPK security announcements. Where the ISUPK started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. It's like a rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They'll be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find it in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means tenth in the Hebrew, Ba'ishur. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department a teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Now again, I believe ISUPK.com, our traditional website, is still down right now, so get in contact with the school near you, whoever you report to, whoever your camp leader is. get in contact with them, handle the Treasury Department to see what the protocols are going to be moving forward to pay for tithes, make your donations, kick into your region, however they got that set up. You still might be able to get it through Zelle or PayPal. I believe if you can set it up like isupk.org, they have a PayPal account set up for that. But again, contact the school near you to see what the protocol is. Upcoming Holy Convocation, September 25th at sundown. This overnight to September 26th at sundown. We got the blowing of the trumpets, the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets. Again, get in contact with the school near you, see what the agenda is, what kind of help they might need, what kind of help you might need, anything that you want to offer or donate to that these high holy days. Make sure you get in contact with them. Also, get ready for the New York cookout too. I know if you go to their page on Facebook, they got a GoFundMe. Throw a couple dollars in there as you can. Even if you can't attend, that's another heavy point. Even if you cannot attend, still make donations. They did it for us, so hey. Any brother wants to be trooper in the school, start wearing all black. That means your boots, your shirt, your pant, headband, and or a scarf. So with that, Amadium, which means stand, upon the aquadum, turn the face to the east. Say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 8 through 13. Abanawu, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazah, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'ratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Natandanaw, Lacham, Kol, Yawam, Wasalachnaw, Kabawatnaw, Kasalachnaw, Kabawatinaw, Wala'ah, Tabiyanaw, Bansawan, Abal, Hawshanaw, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'al, Wata Pawarat, La'awalumyam, Aman. In English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. It's like it forever, so be. Amen. For to bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha'ala, Wabayah, Sapari, Barak, Rapa'ah, Magun, Hagun. At this time, you say the name of the loved one once. Everyone repeats that name once. If you're following us on social media, you can type in the name of the loved one in the chat box. We'll send the prayers up with you. Israelite School UPK. UPK Minnesota. UPK Chicago. UPK Milwaukee. UPK Rez. Benjamin. Jamin. Markapat. Annalie. The McIntosh family. Raphael. All of Israel. Mangabar. Maccabi. Kawanyala. All of UPK schools. All of Israel.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
The generals.
Generals.
Angels.
Angels.
Generals.
Generals.
Captains.
Captains.
Officers.
Officers. Troopers. Students. Sisters. Children.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Sapar. ISK Minnesota.
ISUPK Minnesota.
Without Zion.
Tarak. Magabar. Kwanyala. Kanakabar. Kunayala.
Joseph Daniel.
Joseph Daniel.
The Daniel family.
Daniel family.
The Slaughter family.
Slaughter family.
The Willis family.
Willis family.
Peterson family.
Peterson family.
Patterson family.
Patterson family.
The Wagner family.
Wagner family.
All of Israel.
All of Israel. Bashem Yahushai.
The family of Sarai.
Family of Sarai.
May he rise again.
May he rise again. Bashem Yahushai.
Bashem Yahushai.
Dwar Amun.
Dwar Amun.
In English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahushua,
bless us and Israel.
bless us in Israel.
In the school.
In the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
I love you.
I know.
In the name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahushua,
thank you so be.
thank you so much.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh.
the King of heaven and earth,
Good in the earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of
In
Yahushua,
the name of Yahushua,
listen to us now,
bless us now,
right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses,
Curse,
punishment and destruction
destruction,
to the heathens
to evil,
that speak against us,
against
thy
the
prophets,
prophet,
the teachers,
teacher,
the princes,
prince,
the priests,
priest,
the Israelite brothers
Israelite brothers,
in the school.
in the school.
Send evils and curses,
Curse,
and punishment and destruction
punch, destruction,
to the heathens
to the heathen,
that shake loose
and shake loose,
the treasure of the rich of Israel,
treasure which is Israel,
that refuse to give to the school.
and refuse to the school,
Force their riches
towards the riches,
to enter thy sanctuary.
that sanctuary,
Send evils and curses,
curse,
punishment and destruction
punch, destruction,
to the Edomites
to the Edomites,
and the
and
nations,
the nation,
and their drug
and
dealers,
drug,
court system,
forces,
prison system,
princes,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
unless our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
unless the God's armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
church,
the Pope,
Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
College,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Klan,
every nation,
every nation,
skinheads,
skinhead,
high school Matazi, the gay movement,
game,
lesbian movement,
lesbian,
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
friends of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
space program,
Army,
army,
Navy,
navy,
Air
Air
Force,
Force,
Marines,
marines,
Wall Street,
wars,
open up the internet
internet,
and the airways,
air,
cable access channels,
harassment,
and the radio
and
channels.
radio channel,
Convict the spirit
and the spirit
of any of thy people
of thy people,
that seek to stop us
stop,
and bring swift destruction
brings with destruction,
to all the
and
heathen
all the evil,
that stand in the way
stand in the way,
or try to stop us
try to stop,
from broadcasting your words
broadcast the word,
about the planet Earth.
by the planet Earth,
Let loose all the plagues,
this is all the
cause them to go to and fro
to and fro,
through the earth and consume them.
earth consumed,
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
flesh of the house of the thief,
and the murderer.
and murder,
Let Yahweh shot,
laying how we shot,
Michael and Gabriel,
yeah,
come down to flying saucers,
now flying sauce,
punish all the heathen
punish all
that come up against
of
us
against
as we speak thy word.
us with thy word,
Cause it to be known by all.
cause it known by all,
There's the angels that have done.
angel has done,
Cause it to be spread through the media
by spread to the media,
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world,
Cause them to shake it thy coming.
cause shit that coming,
And then Yahweh shot.
and the how we shot,
Thank you always.
to all,
So be it.
so be it.
Start to the front. Men of Israel, Magim Shabbat, Magim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Barakathon, Yazamatah. Courtesy salute for the sisters. If you're in a room with a sister, start to the sister. That means turn face to sister. Men of Israel, Magim Shabbat, Magim, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Yazamatah. Class dismissed.